Hey guys, how's it going? I'm here to help you guys out, just in case you want to know how to recruit Sheepthara, as they call her, as well as save the Tieflings, keep them alive. Alright, first thing you want to do is accept Halsin's quest. Well, you don't actually have to do that. You just pretty much have to kill, quote unquote, all the goblin leaders. And the way to keep Minthara alive in a bugged out state is to get her to be temporarily hostile to you and knock her out. So one thing you can do is start out by like attacking something, killing the scrying eye that's floating around, or attacking a goblin, or keep on stealing stuff. So we're gonna do that right now, like so.
Your violence hasn't gone unnoticed. It's about to be returned in kind.
Now, as you can see, as it says above, Night Warden Minthara is temporarily hostile. You want to make sure you toggle non-lethal attacks on so you don't kill Minthara. After all that's done, Minthara will be knocked out temporarily. I chose to let her keep all her stuff. Once that's done, return to Halsin,
The ringleaders have to die.
and once you long rest, come back and you can see Night Warden Minthara is alive and well. You just can't talk to her, can't do anything until you're ready to recruit her. Now what you're going to want to do is venture on to Moonrise Tower is in Act 2. Make sure you get the waypoint to Moonrise Towers and trigger all the cutscenes that lead you inside Moonrise Towers. If Mizora suddenly contacts you, that's going to impede your quest in trying to get Sheepthara, as well as these guys. Make sure you get the cutscene involving these guys, and then get past that. And then you want to get up to this area where Ketheric Thorm is confronting the goblins. Okay. Open the door, and you can see the goblins are in there. You don't want to go in there yet to trigger the cutscene because you need a knocked out, or you need Sheepthara. Alright, now in order to get Sheepthara, you're going to need 2 spells in particular, and then another spell if you want to make things a lot easier for you. I got to level 8 before trying to do this, which makes things easier because you would probably want 2 level 4 spells. At level 7 you could get your first level 4 spells, and that would be Polymorph, to be able to transform Minthara into Sheepthara. And one thing that could really help you out in your journey, your quest to recruit her, is Dimension Door. Because once all this happens, of course, you're going to have a certain amount of turns before Minthara turns back into herself and is no longer in your party. So I have Shadowheart here with Polymorph and Dimension Door. And here I have Medalla, Deadeye, as a spell sniper, a sorceress spell sniper, where she has Dominate Beast, so she can dominate Minthara and add her to our party, and Dimension Door as well. Also, you're going to need somebody strong to pick up Sheepthara when you get near the cutscene area that's going to trigger. So I have Karlach at Strength 19, which should allow her to pick up Sheepthara and bring her to the cutscene area that needs to be triggered. Now this is where Minthara is going to be. This is a save where she's already polymorphed and dominated. Dominated for 10, polymorphed for 5 turns, so you only have 5 turns to get this right. That's why you gotta save and load, save and load. Might take a while. As long as she's polymorphed and dominated, what you're going to want to do next is select sheep. And you're going to want to transport all your party to Moonrise Towers. Now the thing is, you're going to have to leave turn-based mode, so you have to do this very quickly, so that you only really lose 1 turn trying to get to Moonrise Towers. Alright, let's do this. If you have an easier way to transport in turn-based modes, please comment, because I don't know how to do that. And you're going to have to wait, like, as soon as this loading screen is gone, you want to go right back into turn-based mode. So you got to wait for that 100% right over there. I'm using the Steam Deck, so it might be easier on PC. So as you can see, I still have 4 polymorphed turns left. Now the next step is choosing
Can't give up now.
someone to use Dimension Door. You need to be close enough to Sheepthara to be able to teleport as far as you can go. If Minthara does turn back into herself, these guys are going to start attacking her, or she's going to start attacking them. She's going to run straight for them. So just be careful about that. So now I go to Shadowheart and get my strong individual with Dimension Door, so that they'll be within proximity of each other when we go back to turn-based mode.
Still alive.
Now with the Sorcerer,
Progress.
since she has the sheep, it's nice to have create spell slot, so I can regenerate 1 level 4 spell slot and use Dimension Door again. And it's going to be fine because Karlach is going to catch up at some point. I can go as far as about the stairs because I can see those. And then after this, I'm going to turn off turn-based mode and try to go as far as I can and go to turn-based mode one more time.
I'll take this way.
But just in case, I'll have Shadowheart and Karlach
Don't burn yourself.
follow.
Uh-huh.
And Karlach can dash, go even further, so that she'll be right behind Madeline. I can get there with 1 turn left remaining.
I should speak up.
So turn off turn-based mode and run as fast as you can. Alright, let's see. Unfortunately, the sheep is way back here with 1 turn left. So what I need to do is get Karlach over here. I'll go ahead and give her a potion of speed. After I give her that, what I want to do is improvised melee weapon. Get out of the menu. Grab the sheep. And what worked for me, oh no, she's not going to have enough movement. Alright, that was a risky move to turn off turn-based mode, but she still has 1 turn left. A very, very small portion. So go back to improvised melee mode. They're letting the sheep catch up. And what worked for me was smashing her right on this bench right here. See if it works.
I will not be slandered.
And there you go.
General,
Sheepthara is being judged
you know it's
by
not
Ketheric
my fault.
Thorn.
The facts suggest otherwise. If I had been given drow warriors instead of goblin trash.
What? You're claiming that General Thorn gave you the wrong soldiers?
Yes. No. Of course it is not the general's fault.
Whose then?
You just need to shift her focus a little.
I'm gonna try to get her to show mercy, if possible. And it is possible.
I'm being unkind. Anyone might have struggled
You
with
notice how
such
her voice
imperfect
really
tools.
changed.
Goblins are prone to failure.
What? It's the goblins' fault. They failed you, General. Not me.
You tell him, Sheepthara.
General,
You, true soul. You have seen what these creatures are capable of, and you have seen their inadequacies. Isn't that so?
These goblins are
Enough!
trash, J.K.
True Soul,
Simmons.
tell the General how the goblins served our cause.
Faith without action is anemic, sickly. In a word, useless. Take Minthara below. Someone will have to consider her fate.
No! Please! Mercy! Please!
Bye-bye, princess.
Kill them, quickly.
What?
Okay, there's still one last thing you have to do. You see Minthara is heading down to the dungeon. You have to head her off at the pass.
I have something to ask.
So you can use turn-based mode to get a head start. Now the reason you want to get down here before her and the guards come down here is once she hits the spot over here where she's supposed to be, she's just gonna bolt into a part of the game that you cannot reach. So you might want to use turn-based mode here until she gets to her spot and go back to turn-based mode before she departs again. Alright. And one thing you want to do to make sure you trigger things correctly is the dialogue that these two have when in the normal circumstances is going to play. So I might have to go a little bit further. See, she bolted.
You were adored, Minthara.
But it still worked.
Brought up from the darkness and into the Absolute's light.
I obeyed to the best of my ability!
You are nothing.
The drow reaches out to you psychically.
Come to observe, true soul.
Now this part is tricky too, because you don't want her to get in a fight with these two, because she'll run off. She'll probably run off. So what you gotta do
We are arrayed.
is try to get Minthara to cooperate with you. Oh my gosh. Try that again. There we go.
Let us observe the true soul's methods. Perhaps we can learn from them.
That's right, ladies. Little binomial green boggle. Yeah, that's my name. Show you how it's done.
Immediately, your mind is swept into a greater vortex. They are destroying her mental defenses and exposing her to something else.
It's really okay if you can't get this one.
Navigating the storm,
I believe.
you reach the nexus of her mind.
So it is you who will end me.
No, I came to save you.
Make it swift, then.
Now here's where you want to make the decision to have her fake obedience, so she doesn't run off.
I would prefer to make these bastards bleed. But I trust that you speak from caution rather than cowardice. I will put my faith in you and pretend to be their slave.
Is it done? I did not feel her mind break.
She does look a little vacant, sister.
No more anger.
An ill thing to let an enemy show their back and live. I will be your mute and faithful slave. For now.
As you should be, I just rescued you. As a good guy. Alright, one thing is, you might notice, Minthara is next to your party portrait, but she's nowhere to be found. Which actually makes leaving quite easy, because she's not with you. It is more than likely she went to the part of the game that you cannot access. But there's a way around that. Head down to the Moonrise Towers waypoint. Then you can switch to Minthara, who's over here. Check your map and teleport her to Moonrise Towers.
I last left Moonrise as a commander in the Absolute's army, obeying the voice of a god. I thought I had found a home and a purpose. Now I leave as an exile. But you risked your life to rescue me. For that, I am grateful. There is much we must discuss. Do you have a safe place to camp nearby?
No. There she runs off again. And it's the moment of truth. You want to make doubly sure she made it. And here's proof. Arabella is here, which means the Tieflings survived.
If Bowman says I'll be alright, I'll be alright.
I could just find them, and there you have her. Minthara is safely at your camp, just as you wanted. With Halsin, too. Don't they look like the greatest couple?
It does not compare with the comforts of home, but your camp is almost palatial in comparison to my previous accommodation. Thank you for allowing me to come here, and for bringing me back to myself.